Welcome back, my faithful Legionnaires, to another episode of GTA 5 mod reviews / showcases. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for all your overwhelming support over the last few weeks. I know there hasn't been too much content coming out. I do apologise. Like I said in the last episode, it all depends on my computer and it wanting to run things. So bear in mind this episode might be a bit laggy, to say the least. But we will press on nonetheless. So, we are standing next to our faithful Nissan Titan, but today, just like last time, we did not have to get into it, and unfortunately, no special outfit today either. But, nevertheless, let's push on to our mod for today. It is none other than the shuttle from Avatar, the movie, you know, the blue monkeys, all that kind of stuff by James Cameron. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the ship. Now, I don't know too much about the ship, so I will try and find like another video on YouTube somewhere to leave in the description that breaks down all the nitty-gritties of the ship, or shuttle, as it were. Now, what we will do is have a quick look at the cockpit and also the shuttle's cargo bay. So, the shuttle's cockpit has a fair amount of detail in it, and it looks absolutely awesome. Kind of modernish, but also kind of futuristic as well. It's pretty standard though. You can't really go too wrong with it. It does have some nice little decors there, like you'd have on the ship. Even a nice little warning sign there, fire extinguisher, and all that kind of stuff. And it can seat two. Now we'll move into the back here. It's just a big void of nothingness, but we do have a massive cargo bay. I have no idea if you drive something in it, it will actually stay. I might give it a try in the episode, or I just might try it off this camera, or you guys can actually have a try of it yourself and let us know in the comments below, because this link will be, the link to this mod will be in the description below as per usual. Now, it does also have some articulating thrusters, which is very cool. It actually is reasonably fast as well. It does also come with lights that are up at the front here, which is very cool. The shuttle door actually does open and close, which I will show you. Hello, watch. Which I will show you in the video as well, so that way you can actually get a good idea of what it can do. It has two forms of takeoff, vertical and runway. We're going to go vertical because our runway is not the biggest in the world. Tires do retract and disappear inside, so that's always good. And the detailing on it is absolutely awesome. I love all the the look of all the little rivets and stuff like that. And then if you actually go inside, you kind of see like all the structures and all that kind of stuff on the shuttle. So without further ado, that's really all I can say about it. I'm not too knowledgeable on all the makes and speeds and all that kind of stuff of the shuttle, but it's still just a cool one to have in the game. So what we'll do is we'll hop inside and I'll show you guys the closing of the ramp. Let's see if it'll work out. Yay, there we go. Alright, so pretty much you just go into your modder, whatever you use. I use menu custom, just go to doors, and it lags for us, so I do apologize. There we go. Top one closes, rear one closes, so there you go. It's pretty simple, just open and close. That's about that, all that. So what we'll do, Legionnaires, is take up and there you go, you can see the front light there on the wheels. There they are. So what we'll do is take off and have a fly around as we per usually do, and attempt our landing and see how that goes for us. And like I said, the landing gear retracts away, very functional, very nice, and then we shall begin our flight. That was not intentional, Legionnaires, so what we'll do is cut back to us back up in the air in our shuttle. That was absolutely terrible, so bear with us, Legionnaires, so we'll be back up in the air.
4 hours later.
There we have it, Legionnaires. We are back in the air, inside the shuttle. Now, we're in a completely different area because I had to respawn it completely because the game crashed, and we're actually on a different day from when we originally started. So what we're going to do is kind of just fly back over to where we usually are, just because the game doesn't really like this shuttle. So let's fly over there. Now, I know this is not going to be the longest episodes we've ever done, but it gets the point across of this awesome ship. But what we will do when we're flying is get some nice aerial shots on the way back. I do apologise for the lagginess. It's just a prerequisite of our episodes now, unfortunately. Until I get some upgrades for my computer, it's just how we're going to have to do. Let's get it out of that. We're going to start dialing it back a little bit. Just to get us over there. Let's see if we can land this puppy without it lagging too much. So when it's finished, we'll be back. Alrighty, that wasn't too long, so I don't think we'll edit that out. We'll just, yeah. Landing gear out. Alrighty, here we go. When it wants to, there we go. And a smooth landing. How about that, Legionnaires? Alrighty, so what we will do now is pop out of the shuttle and close out the episode with the plane landing on us. Oh, we both had a good landing. Alright, so Legionnaires will pop out of the shuttle and end the episode. And there we have it, Legionnaires, safe and sound on the ground with the beautiful Nissan Titan next to the awesome Valkyrie Shuttle. I figured out the name of it, so to remember that, this is the Valkyrie Shuttle. So Legionnaires, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, as it really does help us out. We're actually going very well. We're up to 125, I think it was, at the last look. So yeah, if you want the shuttle, it will be in the description below, as well as any other necessary detail. I'll try and find a video somewhere on the YouTubes to leave in the description below that gives you a good rundown of the technology of this shuttle and a good rundown of it in general. So Legionnaires, thank you for your support, and we will see you in the next one.